Dear Starseed from Gaia, daughter of the stars, I am Aaliyah, your emissary from the Arcturian High Council, and I bring an urgent transmission directly from the stellar heart healers. You haven't arrived at this frequency by accident. Nothing in the grand orchestration of the universe is a coincidence. If you are hearing my voice, it is because your soul has sent out a distress signal, a silent, agonizing cry from the depths of your being that has echoed through the corridors of the Galactic Federation. You are tired. I know this. I see the weight you carry behind your eyes, the exhaustion that no amount of human sleep can cure. It is the fatigue of 1,000 lifetimes spent trying to bring light to a planet that often prefers the darkness. But specifically, it is the exhaustion of your heart. You have been searching for a resonance, a frequency of love that matches the one you remember from the higher dimensions. Yet you have found yourself repeatedly trapped in the dense, sticky webs of 3D manipulation. I am here to tell you that the timeline has shifted. There is a love story unfolding right now, a divine orchestration so profound, so unexpected, and so powerful that it is going to shock the entire world. This is not the love you see in movies. It is not the codependent, draining struggle you've been taught to accept as normal. We are talking about the anchoring of the original template of the sacred union. The high beings have seen your tears. They have counted every time you sat in the silence of your room wondering if you were truly meant to be alone forever. They have heard your prayers for a partner who actually sees you. Not for what you can give him, not for how you can heal him, but for the magnificent stellar goddess that you are. This transmission is the activation of that arrival. Something is moving in the ethers, a seismic shift in the emotional landscape of Gaia. Your counterpart, the one whose soul was woven from the same celestial fabric as yours, is being propelled toward you by the very hands of destiny. The shock that will ripple through your social circles, through your family, and through the world comes from the sheer impossibility of this connection. It will defy logic. It will break every rule of dating and age and status that this society has tried to impose on you. But before this can manifest, you must understand the gravity of this moment. This is a cosmic appointment. Like this transmission right now, if you feel a physical heat in your heart center. That heat is the confirmation that your blueprint is being rewritten as we speak. Starseed woman, look at me, or rather, feel me. For far too long you have played the role of the spiritual nurse. You have been the one who enters a room and immediately senses the brokenness in others. You have seen men who were lost, men who were emotionally unavailable, men who were trapped in the lower frequencies of the ego, and you thought, I can fix this. You believed that your love, your vast Arcturian light, could be the catalyst that would finally wake them up. You spent months, years, perhaps decades, pouring your precious life force into vessels that were fundamentally cracked. You thought that if you were patient enough, if you were spiritual enough, if you forgave them one more time, they would eventually transform into the partner you deserved. But here is the hard truth from the Arcturian perspective. You were not sent to Gaia to be a rehabilitation center for unawakened souls. You were not sent here to be a footstool for men who refuse to do their own shadow work. Every time you tried to save a toxic partner, you were actually delaying your own divine union. You were telling the universe that you were satisfied with crumbs, and so the universe, respecting your free will, held back the banquet. The healer archetype is a trap when it is used to justify self-abandonment. The shock that is coming to the world begins with your refusal to play this role ever again. When you finally stand up and say, I am no longer available for the potential of a man. I am only available for the reality of a king, the entire galaxy applauds. This shift in your frequency is what triggers the collapse of the old karmic timelines. You are moving from the woman who waits to the queen who magnetizes. This transition is painful because it requires you to let go of the hope that the person who hurt you will be the one to heal you. They won't. Your healing comes from the stars, and your union comes from a completely different direction. Type, "I close the door," in the comments if you are officially resigning from the role of the spiritual nurse. The universe needs to see your declaration. Let us speak of him, the one who is coming. He is not like the others. He does not carry the dense, manipulative energy of the old paradigm. Your true Arcturian counterpart, or your twin flame in his highest expression, carries a frequency of recognition. When he enters your field, there will be no need for chasing. There will be no games of who texts first, or why is he acting cold. Those are the hallmarks of the ego, the vibrations of the 3D world that is currently crumbling. The love story that will shock the world is one based on absolute transparency and resonance. This man is being prepared just as you are. While you were healing your heart, he was being stripped of his own illusions. He is being awakened by the same solar flares and galactic shifts that have been keeping you awake at night. He is tired of the superficial. He is tired of women who only see his surface. He is yearning for a depth that only a starseed woman can provide. He carries the ancient wisdom in his eyes, even if he appears younger or comes from a different background than you expected. This is part of the shock. The universe rarely packages your destiny in the way your logical mind anticipates. When he looks at you, he won't see someone he can use. He will see his own soul reflected back at him. This is the frequency of the new earth. It is a love that is expansive, not contractive. It doesn't make you feel small. It makes you feel like you can breathe for the first time in centuries. This connection is already written in the galactic records. It is a contract signed before you even incarnated on Gaia. The reason it hasn't happened yet is because the frequency of the planet wasn't high enough. And perhaps you weren't yet ready to receive a love that requires no struggle. We are conditioned to believe that love must be hard to be real. The Arcturians are here to tell you that the highest love is the most effortless. Your womb, Starseed, is the most powerful magnet in the multiverse. It is the portal through which life enters this dimension, but it is also a sophisticated energetic antenna. For years, your womb has been taking in the trauma of this planet. The disappointments, the betrayals, the energetic imprints of partners who didn't deserve to be in your space. This has created a static in your magnetic field. You have been trying to manifest from a place of congestion, but as you hear these words, the Arcturian high healers are beginning a purification process within your sacral chakra. The magnetizing queen does not go out and look for love. She sits on her throne of self-worth and allows the universe to bring the world to her feet. This is the secret of womb wisdom. When you clear the old imprints of the takers and the manipulators, your frequency becomes crystalline. You begin to emit a signal that is impossible for your counterpart to ignore. It is like a lighthouse in a storm. He will be drawn to you not by your beauty alone, but by the scent of your soul, the undeniable resonance of home. The world will be shocked because they will see you stop trying. They will see you withdraw from the dating scene, stop chasing validation, and simply start glowing. And in that state of absolute surrender and radiance, he will appear. This is the divine feminine mystery, the power of non-action. By doing nothing but being yourself, you do everything. This is the frequency we teach in our sacred circles. If you feel your womb vibrating right now, pay attention. This is your body remembering its galactic function. You are not a seeker. You are the prize. We must address the darkness, for it is the obstacle you have been battling. Many starseed women are empaths, which makes you a prime target for those who operate in the frequency of manipulation. The narcissists, the energy vampires, the wounded boys who wear the mask of a man. These entities are drawn to your light like moths to a flame, but their goal is not to love you, it is to consume you. They use the language of the heart to bypass your boundaries. They love bomb you. They mirror your dreams. And then, once they have anchored themselves in your energy, they begin the slow process of devaluing you. This has been your greatest pain. You have wondered why, with all your wisdom and intuition, you kept falling for the same tricks. The answer is simple. You were looking at them through the eyes of a starseed, assuming they had the same soul depth as you. You were projecting your own goodness onto a void. But the transmission today is bringing a frequency sword to your field. We are cutting the cords. We are showing you the difference between soul connection and trauma bonding. The love story that shocks the world can only begin when the manipulation ends. You are being granted a new level of discernment. From this day forward, you will feel a cringe in your solar plexus the moment someone tries to manipulate you. You will no longer find it attractive when someone plays hard to get. You will no longer find it romantic when someone is broken and mysterious. You will crave stability. You will crave peace. And because you crave it, you will manifest it. Subscribe to this channel if you are ready to receive the daily activations that keep your shield strong. We are building a fortress of light around your heart. If you have been in a twin flame dynamic where the other person has been running, or where the connection has been stuck in a cycle of on and off, I have a specific word for you. The running is over. But it didn't end because they changed. It ends because you changed. The runner only runs as long as the chaser is chasing. It is a law of spiritual physics. When you finally stop, when you finally turn your back on the drama and decide that your peace is more important than their potential, the energetic tension snaps. This is the moment of the great return. When the starseed woman finally says, "I am done waiting for you to grow up," the runner is suddenly faced with the void of your absence. This shock to their system is often what triggers their final awakening. But here is the secret. By the time they return, you will be so anchored in your own power that you won't even need them anymore. You will only want them if they can match your new frequency. This is the love story that shocks the world. The story of the woman who was obsessed and brokenhearted, who suddenly became so whole that she didn't even care if he came back or not. And that, paradoxically, is exactly when the miracle happens. The universe loves irony. When you give up the need for the result manifests instantly. Comment, "I am whole," to signal to the universe that you are no longer chasing shadows. You are the sun. You are currently standing on a bridge between two worlds. Behind you is the 3D world of struggle love, where you had to fight for every scrap of attention, where you were constantly manipulated, and where you felt like you were too much for everyone you met. In front of you is the new Earth timeline, where your love story is already written in gold. But to cross this bridge, you cannot carry the baggage of the old world. You cannot bring your trust issues, your resentments, or your fears into the new frequency. This is where many starseeds get stuck. They want the new love, but they are still rehearsing the old pain. They spend their days talking about how men are trash, or how all the good ones are taken. Listen to me. Your words are magic. If you say the good ones are gone, you make it true in your reality. You are literally coding your own matrix. To cross the bridge, you need a map. You need a way to deprogram the years of societal conditioning that told you that love is a battlefield. This is why we have created the Arcturian Love Alignment ebook. It is not just information, it is a frequency adjustment. It is designed to help you shed the victim skin and step into the queen skin. It gives you the practical, daily steps to align your vibration with the partner who is currently searching for you. If you feel a soul nudge right now, do not ignore it. That is your higher self telling you that this is the tool you need to close the gap. The link is in the description. Your new life is waiting on the other side of that alignment. We are now entering the window of imminent manifestation. The celestial alignments of 2026 have created a gravity well for soulmates. This means that the pull between you and your counterpart is stronger than it has ever been. You might feel it as a sudden wave of emotion for no reason, or a feeling that someone is missing from the seat next to you. You are sensing his energetic proximity. The shock will come from how ordinary the meeting might seem, but how extraordinary the feeling will be. It might happen in a grocery store, at a park, or through a mutual friend. But the moment your eyes meet, the shockwave of recognition will hit both of you. It will feel like an electric current running from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. You will know. And more importantly, he will know. There will be no doubt. There will be no, let me think about it. The Arcturian high beings are orchestrating the timing to ensure that neither of you can miss it. The world will be shocked because they will see a couple that seems to have skipped the getting to know you phase and went straight into deep, ancient devotion. They won't understand that you've known each other for millions of years. They will just see a miracle. Prepare your heart. The guest is almost at the door. Let us speak briefly about the man who is coming, so you can recognize his energy. The new Earth masculine is not soft in the way the world thinks, nor is he hard in the way the old world demanded. He is aligned. He is a man who has integrated his own divine feminine. He is comfortable with his emotions. He is protective without being possessive, and he is deeply spiritual without being airy-fairy. He is grounded in his purpose. He is the anchor to your sail. While you, as a starseed woman, have a tendency to fly off into the higher dimensions, he will be the one who keeps you rooted in the physical plane so that you can actually enjoy the pleasures of Gaia. He will value your wisdom. He will listen to your transmissions. He will be your biggest supporter. This is the part that will shock your world the most. Finding a man who isn't intimidated by your power. For years, you have dimmed your light so that men wouldn't feel small next to you. You have played dumb or weak to make them feel strong. With him, you can be your full, radiant, brilliant self, and it will only make him love you more. He is a king, and a king is never threatened by his queen. He is inspired by her. He is coming to hold the space for you to finally rest. These are not random occurrences. These are the universe's way of confirming that you're being guided, that you're on the right timeline, that something extraordinary is unfolding. The third sign is a sudden clarity about what you actually want in love. For years, perhaps, you've been confused about your own desires. You've compromised, settled, accepted less than your heart was calling for. But now, something is shifting. You're beginning to understand with crystal clarity exactly what kind of love your soul is seeking. You're no longer willing to accept conditional partnerships or relationships that don't feed your spirit. This clarity is not arrogance. It's alignment. It's your soul preparing itself to recognize its true counterpart when it arrives. The fourth sign is a deepening of your spiritual practice. You may find yourself drawn more intensely to meditation, to prayer, to time in nature, to activities that elevate your frequency. You're naturally beginning to raise your vibration, to clear your energy field, to prepare your consciousness for a connection that operates at a higher frequency than anything you've experienced before. The universe is calling you to elevate yourself, and you're responding to that call. The fifth sign is a release of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. Suddenly, you're no longer tolerating behavior that you previously accepted. You're setting boundaries that feel terrifying, but necessary. You're speaking truths that you've been suppressing. You're walking away from situations and people that drain your energy. This isn't cruelty. This is preparation. You're clearing your energetic space, making room for the new love that's approaching. The sixth sign is an intensification of your intuitive abilities. You're beginning to trust your gut in ways you never have before. You're sensing things before they happen. You're knowing things about people that you have no logical way of knowing. Your third eye is opening. Your intuition is sharpening. Your connection to the unseen realms is deepening. This is happening because you're about to need these abilities. You're about to meet someone who will require you to trust your intuition more than you've ever trusted it before. The seventh sign is a sense of magnetic power that you've never experienced. You're beginning to feel, in your body, a shift in your frequency. People are responding to you differently. You're attracting attention, opportunities, synchronicities that seem to be aligning in your favor. This is not vanity. This is the universe responding to your elevated frequency. You're becoming a magnet for the love you're calling in. The stellar heart healers want you to know that if you're experiencing these signs, the arrival is imminent. Not in terms of earthly time. The universe doesn't operate on human schedules, but in terms of cosmic readiness. Your soul is preparing. Your energy is shifting. The universe is orchestrating the final details of the meeting that will change everything. Pay attention to these signs. Honor them. Trust them. They are the universe's way of confirming that your greatest love story is about to begin. When this love arrives, when you finally meet the person who carries the frequency of your soul's deepest calling, something unexpected will happen. Alongside the joy, alongside the recognition, alongside the undeniable rightness of the connection, fear will also arise. And this fear, dear Starseed, will be one of the greatest tests of your spiritual maturity. The high beings want you to prepare for this now, so that when the fear comes, you won't mistake it for a sign that something is wrong. The first fear that will arise is the fear of judgment. You will suddenly become acutely aware of how the world will perceive this connection. You will imagine the conversations people will have about you. You will anticipate the questions, the concerns, the judgments. And in that moment, you will face a choice. Will you honor the truth of your soul's recognition, or will you sacrifice your greatest love on the altar of other people's approval? This fear is designed to test your commitment to authenticity. It's designed to show you whether you're willing to choose love over comfort. The second fear is the fear of the unknown. This love will not look like anything you've experienced before. It will not follow the script you've been given. It will require you to trust in ways that feel terrifying. It will ask you to surrender control, to release your need to understand everything logically, to step into a mystery that your rational mind cannot comprehend. This fear is designed to show you the limits of your conditioning and invite you to evolve beyond them. The third fear is the fear of your own power. When you meet this person, when you recognize them with absolute certainty, you will feel a power within yourself that you've never felt before. You will sense your own capacity to love deeply, to transform, to magnetize, to create. And this power can be terrifying. Because power requires responsibility. It requires you to step into your full spiritual authority. It requires you to stop playing small. The fourth fear is the fear of loss. You will suddenly have something precious to lose, and that awareness can trigger ancient wounds around abandonment, around not being enough, around the belief that good things don't last. This fear will whisper to you that you should protect yourself, that you should hold back, that you should keep one foot out the door just in case. But the high beings want you to know that this fear is a liar. It's the voice of the old paradigm, trying to keep you small and safe. The fifth fear is the fear of transformation. This love will change you. It will activate parts of yourself that have been dormant. It will require you to release old identities, old patterns, old ways of being. You will not be the same person after this connection, and that can be terrifying, because even if the old version of you was suffering, it was familiar. The new version of you will be more alive, more authentic, more powerful, but you don't yet know who that is. Here's how you transcend these fears. You acknowledge them without letting them control you. You feel them fully, without judgment, without trying to make them go away. You recognize them as the voice of your conditioning, not the voice of your truth. And then you make a choice. You choose love. You choose authenticity. You choose to honor your soul's deepest calling, even when it terrifies you. The stellar heart healers want you to know that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and choosing love anyway. Courage is facing the judgment and standing in your truth anyway. Courage is stepping into the unknown and trusting the universe anyway. And you, dear Starseed, have this courage within you. It's been forged through every heartbreak, every disappointment, every moment you thought you couldn't survive. You have survived. You have evolved. You are ready. There is a frequency that exists within the divine feminine that has the power to magnetize souls across dimensions. It's not about physical beauty. It's not about being perfect or having everything figured out. It's about a quality of presence, of authenticity, of spiritual power that radiates from a woman who has done her inner work and claimed her worth. This frequency is what will magnetize the person who's meant to meet you, and the high beings want you to understand how to embody it. The first aspect of this frequency is radical self-love, not narcissism, not arrogance, but a deep, unwavering commitment to honoring yourself, to meeting your own needs, to refusing to abandon yourself for anyone else's approval. When you embody radical self-love, you become magnetic, because you're no longer desperate. You're no longer seeking external validation. You're no longer willing to settle for crumbs. You're standing in your full worth, and that frequency is irresistible to a soul who's evolved enough to recognize it. The second aspect is fierce boundaries. A woman who knows what she will and will not tolerate, who speaks her truth even when it's uncomfortable, who walks away from situations that don't honor her. This woman is magnetic because she's demonstrating self-respect. She's showing that her peace is more important than other people's comfort. She's proving that she values herself. And a soul who's evolved enough to recognize true power will be drawn to this, like a moth to flame. The third aspect is authentic vulnerability. This is not weakness. This is the courage to be seen, to share your truth, to let people know what matters to you, to admit when you're struggling. When you embody authentic vulnerability, you create a space where real connection can happen. You're not performing. You're not hiding. You're not trying to be what you think someone wants you to be. You're just being yourself, fully and unapologetically. And this authenticity is magnetic. The fourth aspect is purposeful presence. When you're with someone, be fully with them. Not distracted by your phone. Not thinking about what you need to do next. Not performing for an invisible audience. Be completely present. Make them feel like they're the most important person in the world in that moment. This quality of presence is rare in the modern world, and it's profoundly magnetic. The fifth aspect is spiritual depth. This doesn't mean you need to be a spiritual teacher or have all the answers. It means you're committed to your own evolution. You're asking the big questions about life and meaning. You're cultivating a relationship with something greater than yourself. When you embody spiritual depth, you attract people who are also seeking meaning, who are also on a path of awakening. The sixth aspect is the energy of the queen, not the savior. You're not trying to fix anyone. You're not trying to heal them or complete them or make them better. You're standing in your own power, living your own life, pursuing your own purpose. And from that place of wholeness, you're inviting them to meet you as an equal. This energy is magnetic because it's the opposite of desperation. It's the energy of someone who's whole on their own and is choosing partnership from a place of abundance, not need. The seventh aspect is joy. Genuine embodied joy in your own life. Laughter, pleasure, the ability to find delight in simple moments. When you're radiating joy, you become magnetic. Because joy is contagious. It's the highest frequency. It's what everyone is actually seeking, even if they don't know it. And when someone meets a woman who's genuinely happy, who's living a life that brings her joy, they want to be part of that. The stellar heart healers want you to know that you don't need to change anything about yourself to magnetize this love. You just need to embody these frequencies more fully. You need to do the inner work to release the beliefs that have been blocking you from expressing your full power. You need to claim your worth, speak your truth, set your boundaries, and stand in your authenticity. And when you do, the person who's meant to meet you will have no choice but to be drawn to you, because you'll be radiating the frequency of a woman who knows who she is and what she deserves. This transmission has been building to this final revelation, dear Starseed, because your love story is not just about you. It's not just about two souls finding each other and living happily ever after. Your love story is a cosmic assignment. You have been chosen to participate in something far larger than your personal happiness. You have been chosen to help rewrite the world's understanding of what love actually is. For millennia, humanity has been operating under a paradigm of love that is fundamentally broken. Love has been weaponized as a tool of control. It's been used to justify possession, manipulation, and the suppression of authentic self-expression. Women have been taught that love means self-abandonment, that it means shrinking themselves to make room for someone else, that it means accepting less than they deserve in exchange for the promise of security and validation. This paradigm has caused immeasurable suffering. But something is shifting. A new understanding of love is emerging on the planet. And you, with your willingness to honor a connection that defies the old rules, are part of this shift. Your love story will be a living demonstration of what love looks like when it's based on soul recognition rather than conditioning, when it's built on authenticity rather than performance, when it honors the full humanity and divinity of both people involved. The world needs to see this. The world needs to witness a love that doesn't require anyone to shrink themselves. A partnership where both people are fully alive, fully expressed, fully honored. A connection that elevates both souls rather than diminishing either one. This is the love story you're about to live. And by living it openly, by refusing to hide it or apologize for it, you'll be giving permission to countless other starseeds to honor their own divine connections. Your role is to be a beacon, to stand in the truth of your love, even when the world questions it, to speak about your connection with reverence and authenticity, to demonstrate that love is more powerful than fear, that soul recognition transcends all boundaries, that the universe is far more intelligent and far more loving than we've been taught to believe. Every time you choose your truth over other people's comfort, you're rewriting the narrative. The stellar heart healers want you to understand the magnitude of what you're being asked to do. This is not a small thing. This is not just about your personal happiness. This is about participating in the collective awakening of humanity. This is about demonstrating what's possible when consciousness evolves beyond the limitations of the old paradigm. This is about being a living example of divine love in action. You have been prepared for this role through every experience you've had. Every heartbreak has taught you what love is not. Every disappointment has clarified what you actually deserve. Every moment of self-abandonment has shown you the cost of betraying yourself. You have been refined by fire, and you have emerged stronger, wiser, more capable of recognizing and honoring true love. The love story that's about to shock the entire world is your love story, and it begins the moment you claim your power, honor your truth, and stand in the certainty that you are worthy of a love that transcends all boundaries. The high beings are confirming this to you now. The universe is orchestrating the final details. Your greatest love story is not approaching. It's arriving. And the world is about to witness something that will change everything. This is your transmission. This is your confirmation. This is your invitation to step into your full spiritual authority and become the woman who magnetizes, recognizes, and honors a love so divine that it will rewrite the narrative of what's possible on this planet. The time is now. The moment is here. Your love story begins today. If this transmission has resonated with your soul, if you feel the truth of these words in the depths of your being, I need you to take action right now. Comment below and tell me, what sign have you been seeing that confirms your greatest love story is approaching? Share your synchronicities, your intuitive knowing, your cosmic confirmations. Let the community know that you're ready. Let the universe know that you're claiming this love, like this transmission to affirm to the cosmos that your heart is open and ready to receive divine love. Every like is a frequency signal that says, I am worthy. I am ready. I am magnetizing my soul counterpart now. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss a transmission from the Galactic Federation of Light. Because the messages are coming faster now. The awakening is accelerating. And you need to be part of this conversation. The high beings are watching. The universe is listening. And your greatest love story is unfolding right now. Don't miss a single moment of it.